I had to get up every day wondering if my kids are going to go to a funeral or if they're going to have their freaking mom alive.
Sarah is scared to death, and who could blame her? But instead of getting help, she's found herself simply screwed by the Fort Bend County court system.
And this is absolutely shocking to me that the legal system cannot protect a mom like me when I have the evidence recorded.
The screaming woman in those phone recordings is the very same woman who was caught on camera approaching her husband with a knife, then destroying his computer. Is this a woman you want teaching your kids? Did your client make those threats?
Threatening my life? Normal people don't do that.
Sarah Tamil-Larison is a single mom, co-founder of a growing tech company.
Soda OG.
Working super hard and capitalizing on opportunities that we get. That's all I do. When I'm not with the kids, I'm working.
Her business partner is this guy, Robert Still, and he's got a nightmare of an ex-wife. She's become Sarah's nightmare too.
She has always been very violent, very threatening, and I've heard that firsthand from Robert throughout their divorce.
She did the things we all would do to protect ourselves if we were scared. She bought a gun, trained on how to use it, and she locks her doors all the time now. And it all started after her partner went through an ugly divorce.
And he says, so she's threatening to kill you too. And I was like, what?
The threat started last November.
And I'm gonna put my foot dead in your motherfucking ass.
If these aren't criminal threats, I'm not sure what is.
I went to the DA's office twice.
To press charges. They weren't interested.
And they said they can't do anything because apparently the threat is not imminent, which makes no sense to me.
This is a very messy domestic dispute. The evidence was insufficient to move forward.
So she went to court, filing to get a protective order in the 328th District Court, Judge Monica Rollins presiding. Sarah got a temporary order against Ernell Sonis Astil. That's the name on the divorce decree and on utility bills. But Sarah's lawyers couldn't find her anywhere. And the unelected associate judge, Felicia Young, gave Sarah permission to do what is called substitute service, handing off the subpoena where Astil, for instance, works. In this case, Texas Southern University. Yes, Astil is on your payroll, an assistant professor teaching health sciences. And she's the lead faculty member for a healthcare program up at the University of Oklahoma. When she didn't show up in court, the associate judge granted what's called a default judgment, signed a permanent protective order. But the protection didn't last long. And your tax dollars, it turned out, helped put Sarah back in danger. And it's all over a name. A process server had taken the subpoena to TSU back on March 21st. But look at the name on her office door. It says her name is Sonis Astil, not Ernell Astil. She wasn't there, so the court papers were handed off to the program director, Elizabeth Donachie.
Tell you what to say?
To talk to the lawyer at Texas Southern University. Goodbye.
We talked to the lawyer. TSU wants you to believe they were simply confused about their own employee.
We don't have anything to do with it, but as a matter of due diligence, I went ahead and forwarded the only email address that we have under that last name.
His so-called due diligence was forwarding the subpoena to an email a full 7 days after the process server had dropped it off.
So she did get served. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to tell you.
Think that's the end of the story? It's not. Early in May, the same associate judge threw out the protective order. Astil's lawyer claimed she had never been properly served, that her legal name wasn't Ernell Sonis Astil, it's Sonis Ernell Astil. She had legally changed it and flipped her first and middle name, even though her own court filings still call her Ernell. So Sarah had to start from the beginning. Months after she asked for help, her lawyer subpoenaed the TSU employee and the school's general counsel to prove Estill was notified by the court.
There's no different way to read it. He called my lawyer and said, you know what, we're going to squash the subpoena, we're going to get the attorney general involved, etc. How dare you?
Because they're state employees, now the Texas Attorney General's office was involved. They moved to block the testimony of the TSU employees. That's your tax dollars at work. What about Sarah? It all led to a court hearing in front of the judge. Even her own lawyer uses Ernell as her first name, not her middle name, Sonice. And Estelle's ex-husband of more than 10 years says the whole thing about the name is ridiculous.
I guarantee you that, yes, they know her over there at DSU.
After 90 minutes in court that cost Sarah thousands of dollars, Judge Rollins said, yep, you don't get protection until you serve Estill under her, quote, proper legal name.
Did I really just spend an hour and a half of my life listening to y'all arguing about a name?
Yeah, you did, but who are you?
I'm Wayne Dolcefino.
Now a full-blown trial has to be scheduled 8 months after the threats started. Sarah feels like she's back at square one. If something happens to Sarah now, Judge Rollins, she'll have blood on her hands.
This is like this huge campaign on so many different levels to intimidate a single mom. All the frivolous motions, it's just a game.
Sarah believes the judge is showing favoritism toward Ernell, or Sonice, and her lawyer, or both.
It turns out Ronique, Sonice's lawyer, graduated from TSU. Yeah. And Judge Rawlings also happened to graduate from TSU. And I do feel that they knew who this person was and served her. But behind the scenes, I think they came up with a plan to say that they only sent it to her on March 28th.
Judge Rollins and Monique Robinson did graduate from TSU's Thurgood Marshall School of Law, but it was several years apart. It looks like the women know each other socially through the sorority, Delta Sigma Theta. Attorney Robinson holds a chair at the sorority, and Judge Rollins, she has co-sponsored charity events. One thing is for sure, Robinson didn't want to answer our questions.
We were arguing about a name. I asked you if your client got served.
You're a joke.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me, you're a joke.
I'm a joke? Why am I a joke?
It's certainly not funny that the judge couldn't figure out that all this was about stalling protection for Sarah. Houston lawyer Carlina Ferris says she filed an official grievance against the judge last year.
Judge Rawlings needs to go. She is unfair. She is unhinged. She definitely plays favorites.
She claims in one of her cases she saw an email thread from the judge's court coordinator to her opposing counsel that did not include her.
That is just totally inappropriate.
Another ethics issue came up after Rollins' personal divorce back in 2010. She pushed to collect an extra year of child support from her ex because of a typographical error in the record. A mistake? Well, the folks on the criminal appeals court didn't buy it. Listen to their opinion. We would hope that an attorney would not insist upon erroneous back child support payments. Regrettably, some lawyers subscribe to a different code of personal and professional ethics. Ouch. Meanwhile, Estill has now filed for her own protective order against Sarah, alleging harassing and threatening behavior. Robert says she's just trying to stall the whole protection thing.
Based on the facts of this matter, I thought it was going to be a really quick one and done and over with.
Robert is worried enough that he too has now filed his own report with Houston police. In June, the 280th District Court granted Robert a temporary protective order approved by the Harris County DA's office. But what about Sarah? Doesn't she deserve protection too?
Well, I've never filed a police report in my life, ever. I really say this is a valid threat.
The legal maneuverings have already added up to outrageous legal bills just to get protection And it's not over.
I spent $53,000 trying to get a protective order because she said she's going to shoot me and leave my kids without a mom. And I have to get up every day wondering if my kids are going to go to a funeral or if they're going to have their freaking mom alive.
She just stays in the house all the time. So it's affecting not only her, personally, which is for sure understandable. It affects our business, it affects everything.
Sarah believes the ordeal she's gone through is a deliberate plan to price her out of getting justice. She's discouraged, but not giving up.
All I wanted was a protective order.